Welcome to this edition of Lancaster Perspective. I'm Mike Miller. Thanks for tuning in today. My special guest from Fairfield County Developmental Disabilities, David Ohl. How you doing, buddy?
Fantastic.
We got to get this out right away. Happy birthday!
Oh well, thank you.
And the crew here was your ages ranging from 65 to
19.
19.
Yeah,
How old are you, David?
Somewhere in there.
Okay, I just asked it. Congratulations.
You tell and I'll tell.
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. Did you celebrate the day? What did we do?
Well, we went trick or treating, so
all right.
We got that with the kids, and I think we'll probably go out sometime Friday night and do something. So
fantastic.
Get the kids off with a babysitter and go get a hotel room and take a nap, because you don't get to do that with kids anymore.
Well, we're glad you're here, man. We are absolutely tickled to death you're here today, that you were able to survive a birthday party and show up.
This is going great so far.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. A lot of activity going on with DD.
Absolutely, yes. Well, I'll tell you what, this next week, believe it or not, so we're recording this on a Friday, right? We're 8 Fridays away today from Christmas. And so next week, Art and Clay on Main and Square 7 Coffee House at 150 West Main Street will turn over to the holidays. It will look like Frosty exploded in the place. And so it's a great opportunity to come down, bring your families. We have things that start out at $5.99, $7.99 and go up from there, so the family can come down. You can paint your Christmas ornaments. And one of the cool things about Art and Clay Square 7 is that we know that there are people across the country who have Christmas ornaments that they and their family painted hanging on their tree from Art and Clay on Main. So it's become a holiday tradition downtown that people come in, and sometimes we see those folks once a year when they come to paint their Christmas ornaments. And so we're excited about that, and we have live music throughout the holiday season. We've got great Christmas specials, a number of events that'll happen. We kind of lock in with every destination downtown event that's going on. So Small Business Saturday, which is right after Thanksgiving, after Black Friday, will be a huge day for us down there. The Winter Carnival, which is the first Saturday of December, will be a huge day for us. And so you need to get down, though, quick, because you only have about 6 weeks to get your thing painted and get it back.
Do they have to make an appointment?
No, it's all walk-in. So you can walk straight in, pick something off, it, and you'll get it back then before Christmas, so you'll have opportunity to get on the Christmas tree. Yeah, it's a ton of fun, and even for a larger family, it can be affordable when you're starting to pick those lower cost ornaments. And then of course we have the full service coffee house going down there, and all of this provides vibrancy in the community, provides employment and training opportunities for folks with disabilities. We're a part of the local food movement, we're a part of the local arts and entertainment scene, we're a part of tourism and economic and workforce development. It's a really cool thing that we have going on at 150 West Main.
Now, we talked about special entertainment. I know there's a couple. Dan Neely, I think, is playing down there.
That's right. Yeah, Dan Neely is down. And also Kyle Lewis from Lancaster City Schools comes and plays. And we have a couple folks from Columbus that will bring down and play. Kelly Vaughn and another lady named Kelly Zulo, who have quite a following regionally in the Columbus and Central Ohio area. They're both unbelievably talented musicians. And so typically, especially during the warm weather months, it'll be live music every Friday. As the colder weather sits in right after the holidays, in January, February, when it's dark at 5 and cold and the snow's piled up, we go about every other week with live music. But I would encourage folks to check out our website, 150 West Main Street, all spelled out, 150westmainstreet.com, and they can get the schedule. Also, check us out on Facebook and follow us, Art and Clay on Main, Square 7 Coffee House, and we post out there all of our music schedules so you can see who's coming down. You can go we love synergy downtown, so you can go and have dinner at one of the great downtown restaurants, swing across to Art and Clay Square 7. You don't have to paint anything. You can come in, sit down, grab a cup of coffee. We have homemade Amish country chocolates in the store.
Wow.
And so you can grab some dessert and hang out and have some fun.
Now, are there any special drinks coming up, like they add pumpkin stuff?
Oh, yeah, everything pumpkin right now. We have a pumpkin chai latte, which has been described as fall in a cup. And so whatever that sensation you get about autumn is that. But of course, here in the next couple weeks, we'll be getting the peppermint mocha back out, which is always a huge hit, right? So I think they do a gingerbread thing down there. So there's lots of seasonal drinks to be had as well as the seasonal ceramics to paint. And we've got a bunch of classes going on too. And so those classes are scheduled. So again, you can check out the website and you can see the class listing, and you can come with your friends. We can book a special class for you. If you have 10 or so people, we can do a class just for you, or we'll, kind of your own thing, your own instructor, your own group. This is a time where, because things begin to move indoors, we've been outside all summer and some of the fall. Lots of birthday parties, lots of, bachelorette parties. We've had even men classes. Sometimes people think, oh, well, the art stuff, really, a lot of men don't like that. But we've had guys' nights out come down and, paint or do a special project. So it's a ton of fun for everyone.
That's hours again. What are they?
Well, our hours are, Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. because of the coffee house. So you can swing in, grab a great cup of coffee anytime, clear through 6 p.m. On Fridays, we're open till 10 because of live music. So live music is typically 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then Saturday, 9 to 8, and Sunday, noon to 4.
Let's talk a little bit about downtown. I know that you, at one time, you were the director of the downtown. Long time ago.
Yes.
But we talked about you talked about synergy. You talked about all the different things that are happening downtown. Just talk a little bit about downtown.
Boy, it's phenomenal. 6 years ago, when DD purchased Art and Clay on Main, no one was voting for downtown. It was tons of open spaces, tons of vacant buildings. To my knowledge, as talking with David Scheffler, who's the current executive director, I don't think there's any rent-ready available space on the first floors in downtown at all. I think it's all, now there may be some office space around in some of your larger buildings, but retail, restaurant space, it's all kind of taken up, and that's a very cool thing, and it wasn't like that 6 years ago. So DD was proud to be a part, and was one of the main reasons that we purchased Art and Clay. We wanted to be a part of the downtown revitalization. We felt like we were on the cusp of something, but it was the very beginning, and we wanted to make sure that a unique business like Art and Clay stayed downtown, and that a beautiful building in downtown didn't go vacant with no proposed use. And so it's been an honor to be just a part, a small part. We don't think it happened because of us, but we think we've been a part of it for sure. And we've been real proud of that. And so as you go now, I mean, the restaurants that are currently surrounding us, from Diamond Jim's to Ale House to Shaw's, and the announcement just recently that they're going to be remodeling their entire restaurant and doing something with the upper floors. There's so much going on. There's more retail than ever before. The investment that's been made by the city in the Columbian, $10 million plus in a brand new courthouse. It's beautiful down there. In fact, that courthouse was just awarded the Heritage Ohio Best Public Revitalization Project in the state of Ohio.
Wow.
And so it's very, very cool what the city did, how the city invested in that building. And the same thing, you can't say enough about Brad Hutchinson and the amount that he is investing in the Mid-Off building. I remain convinced today that if not for Brad Hutchinson, that building would be a hole in the ground. It would have to be demolished, because I just don't think there's anyone who would have the capital or be willing to put the kind of capital into the building that he is going to have to make it work, and very likely won't see a payback in his lifetime. And he knows it, and yet does it anyway because he thinks it's important for the community. And so hardly a week goes by, it seems, where there's not some announcement about something cool and new happening in downtown. Susanna Gallery is just opening up now. And, some people think, oh, well, another art thing. Are you guys concerned? We think that the tide raises all ships, and that the more things happening downtown, the better it is for everyone. So we're pretty excited to see this renaissance that is downtown, and the Destination Downtown Group and Special Improvement District, David Scheffler, and all of those who have been involved in it really have a lot to be proud of.
Well, I know there's a lot of activities that DD is involved with out at OUL, just a lot of different things. But DD itself is going through a transition.
That's right.
Just talk a little bit about that transition.
Sure. Well, so we have for many, many, many years, decades, been both the coordinator of service for people with disabilities, and we are a provider of service as well. So every person that we serve 1,200 people across Fairfield County. They have a caseworker who helps coordinate the services that a person wants and needs in the community. Well, then we also provide services. So adult day services at our Opportunity Center on Coon Path Road, as an example. And we've gotten to the point where some of our federal regulators are saying, okay, you can't provide service and coordinate service. And we're mandated by law to coordinate service. So we're beginning to move the service provision to private providers, to people in the community who do this. There are private providers all through the community. Goodwill is an example. Center for Disabilities is an example. And so we'll move the Opportunity Center to a private provider, and we'll continue to coordinate service, help understand what's important to someone, what's important for someone, and coordinate the services around those desires. But we won't be providing all of the services anymore. Now, our employment service, Job Fusion, will continue. Art and Clay on Main, Square 7, this doesn't impact that. It doesn't impact things like Discover You at River Valley Mall or Project Search at Fairfield Medical Center. It really has to do with Medicaid-based services. And so really the Opportunity Center is the big operation that this is going to impact. So there really is a lot of change, and it's happening across the state. And FairfieldDD remains a statewide leader in the provision and coordination of service for people with disabilities. In fact, we had our State Department of Developmental Disabilities accreditors down just last week, and we achieved the highest level of accreditation, the longest number of years of accreditation that you can achieve. And it's really unique to be a part of FairfieldDD, I think, because we're not like a Franklin County who serves 10,000 people and would be like turning a battleship. We serve 1,200 people. We're also not like a smaller county that might serve 100 or 200 people, where they don't have the resources that we have to do some of the innovative things like Art and Clay Square 7 or Discover You that we do. And so we're right in the middle, and we have the resources to be innovative and make sure the services we're providing are top-notch, while at the same time we can be flexible and really move a lot more quickly than a lot of other boards.
Do you get a lot of people to come to Fairfield County and just see what you're doing? Best practices?
All the time, yeah. And we go other places too, and so it really is a shared, don't reinvent the wheel kind of thing. Right. We've been to Cuyahoga County as an example, a huge county that serves thousands and thousands of people, to get a sense of what they're doing and how we might adapt that over here. But yeah, in my time, I've been here 4 years now. And I bet we've had more than half of the 88 counties, in fact I know it for sure, who have visited us to see some aspect of what we're doing.
Wow.
And to again potentially take it back and do it. So it's really cool to be involved in. FairfieldDD is integrally involved in the community, and it's really been and all that stuff's cool, Mike.
Sure.
I mean it's important, but it's just the stuff we do. It's not why we do it. And the reason why we do it is because when you hear some of the great stories of the people who are finding their place in the community, people who are finding their first job, people who, because they got their first full-time job with benefits, were able to go out and buy their first car, people who are able to go out and volunteer and be a part of the community that they love so much. Those are the stories. It's really about the people. All that other stuff, what we do, it's cool, but when you hear and see how successful people are being, that's why we do what we're doing.
And I know you've got a couple of smaller projects at OUL. You've got a project there in the Century Trail. You've got a project there.
Yeah, that's right. OUL is a great partner, one of our longest standing community partnerships, in fact, with their greenhouse, which is behind OUL. And that's a partnership between us, OUL, and Rob Allen with Lancaster Greenhouse, now the Fresh Leaf or New Leaf Market. And so it's a very, very cool partnership where we actually grow some of Rob's plants for him. So we grow from January through about May. Rob takes the plants in May and resells them to the community. So he wholesale buys them from us, sells them to the community. So people who get their plants from Rob to plant their garden may be planting
something from
that we actually started back in January when we opened the greenhouse up. So it provides opportunities for people who are interested in horticulture and growing, farming, that kind of thing, to learn a little bit about that in the greenhouse. Very cool.
And the Century Trail?
Century Trail is a project that we continue. Again, a huge partnership, many, many community partners involved in that. We have a ton of things that happen out on the Century Trail, and there's a vision for the future of that area back there as well. We'd really like to get a wetlands back there and maybe take the old covered bridge that was at the fairgrounds that blew down and reassemble it there as a walk across of Fetter's Run.
Wow,
and so, yeah, there's some really cool things that we're working toward. Again, our mission is to bring about a vibrant community where people lead fulfilling lives and make meaningful contributions. And so we feel like we play a role in ensuring that the community is vibrant. And so some of these projects and opportunities that we're involved in certainly help to do that.
One of the things that you initiated was bus tours of all the facilities. Talk a little bit about that, because
Yeah.
I've been on it. I mean, it's a great concept.
Thank you. Yeah, bus tours are cool. I don't know if I came up with that or stole it with someone. Probably the latter, but
You
nonetheless.
probably- that's okay.
The bus tours have been great. We've done 9, so over 100 community leaders in the last couple of years have. To sit here and talk about it is one thing, but to go and see firsthand what's happening is very, very cool, I think. And so we, every 3 or so months, we load up the bus, we head to Art and Clay, we hear the story about what in the world we're doing with Art and Clay, and we have lunch, and then we go to Discover You at River Valley Mall, which is an internship opportunity in partnership with the mall and about 14 other businesses inside the mall, which is fantastic. And then right now we go out to the Opportunity Center, and we check out all the innovative things that are happening there at the workshop as well. And so it really is a cool thing. It's a chunk of the day. It takes 3 hours to do, but community leaders who have gone on it always say they had no idea all of this was going on, and just how involved in the community FairfieldDD is, and just how involved in the community the people that we serve actually are. It's a really, really cool thing.
How many employees does DD have?
A little over 200 right now, yeah. So, and again, as I was talking earlier, being that middle-sized county with the resources that we have, we're levy funded. And so about 65% or so of our revenue is derived from the taxpayers of Fairfield County. And so we always like to take the opportunity to say thank you to the taxpayers who just about a year ago renewed one of our levies that was before them, and did so on the first try, our first run out for it. And we believe that the support that we have is vital, and we take that responsibility seriously. We strive to be good stewards of the dollars that are entrusted to us. And so we hope that the taxpayers feel that they're getting good value for the service. We believe that they are. The last time before we went out in November, we went out 10 years. We said we wouldn't come back for 5, and we stayed out for 10. And so we really stretched those dollars, and all while doing some really innovative things in the community.
Yeah, I've always found that Fairfield County residents are very appreciative of people that are good stewards of their money, and that levy won't come up again for.
Well, it's a 5-year.
Five-year
It's a
levy.
5-year term, so we have a couple years left here before we start thinking and planning. And again, we can't thank the public enough for their continued support.
If somebody wanted to not do the bus tour, but just come through the facilities, who should they call?
Well, anyone can call me. My number in the office is 740-652-7220, or they can check out FairfieldDD.com and get contact information for me under the staff section. And we can set up a tour. We can set up the next bus tour and get you on that. We can set up something private if you'd like. We have volunteer opportunities if people or businesses are interested in getting more involved with us. It won't be long until we start talking about the celebration of possibilities again.
Sure,
We're
that's
already
right.
planning for it, but
Which is in March, right?
It's in March during DD Awareness Month. So we have, if businesses are looking for employees, we've got a trained and ready to go workforce of people who are looking to work, who want to work in this community, or volunteerism or sponsorship. I mean, there's a multitude of opportunities for people and businesses to get involved.
And I can personally say that I've been involved with Job Fusion and that environment. There are those people there that want to work and can work, and
That's right.
It's a great opportunity.
Well, we appreciate your involvement. You're a member of our Business Advisory Council, which is a group of business and community leaders that get together once a month to talk about the people that are searching for jobs and who in our network we might know who might be able to help them out. And so we appreciate your involvement in that and all your support as well.
And in your spare time,
Yes.
you're involved in the community in so many different things, but this is your first term on city council or second term? Is this your first term?
It feels like
I've been there, I know.
I thought we were going to talk about this. No, I'm kidding. We said we'd talk about it. Yes, this is my first term on City Council, getting ready to finish the first year here. And so believe it or not, City Council is a 2-year term, which means that announcements about whether or not someone's rerunning will be happening in the next few weeks because the filing deadline is February 1st. And so you got to file by February 1 if you're planning to run again.
And being an elected official, I mean, obviously it's a presidential year and all the things that are going on, and just kind of your take on politics in general. I mean, you've been around a long time. You've held different offices.
It's pretty ugly right now, and I think there are a lot of people who are going to be glad to see it gone. One of my friends and I, we were actually just texting right before this, and we were supposed to get together that night, but I think there are some things around Fairfield County that I might need to go do that evening, and I told him I was going to have to bail, and he said that was all right because he was planning on just being curled up in the fetal position with some boxes of Kleenex anyway, no matter what happened. And my comment back was I wasn't sure there are enough tissues in the country for election night. Yet, nonetheless, we're going to have a new president, and we're going to have to rally around whoever that is, one way or another, because we got some real issues in our country, and we really need to figure out what we're going to do to address them. I really do think we're at a pivotal crossroads here, and boy, I'm just hopeful that whoever it is, and certainly have my own personal preferences, but we really need to see some things move forward in a positive direction.
And because you're an ordained minister, and
why do you keep telling everyone all this stuff?
Because you do a lot of different things.
Yes.
But is it the time when people are thinking, well, what are we? America's got to buckle up here. We got to do something. I mean,
I think there is that sentiment among many, and again, how we do that varies from person to person, and those beliefs then inform the decisions they're going to make at the ballot box. But we really have an important decision to make. So I guess what I'd say, and what I encourage folks to do, from a neutral standpoint, is go out. We've got just a little more than a week, 10 days or so
10 days,
until the election. Educate yourself, figure out what you believe in, figure out which candidate identifies with your ideals and your beliefs, and vote that way. It's really hard to vote for a person this time around, but you got to find the person who shares your beliefs and ideals and your vision for what you think this country needs to become. And so go out and educate yourself, and please go out and vote. Early voting, I'm hearing reports back there is very, very busy. I think it's going to be a record turnout early voting wise. I don't know about when it's all said and done, but many, many people were voting early. Many people have requested the absentee ballots. They're going to the Board of Elections. Even now you can go and vote. I understand there's a continuous churn of people, but not any long line. I'm a day of kind of guy. I like to go out day of and push my button, but I get my sticker. But just no matter what, I think we just need to implore everyone to go out and to vote and to make their voice heard. As cliche as it is, Mike, if you don't go vote, I don't want to hear from you for the next 4 years.
Well, we've had this conversation. I've had several conversations with different people, and usually they're younger people. But I try to emphasize all the veterans that have given their lives for us to do this, to vote. Right. And if you say you're not going to vote, then you're doing a disjustice to them. I mean, and they kind of look at you like, what? And I said, well, all the people that died, talk to your grandma and grandpa and your mom and dad and all the people that died in war so that we could vote.
That's
and it's a little, sometimes you have to take it back for a second.
Yeah, I agree, and I really think it's an unbelievable freedom that we have to go out and elect the next person, and so again, I would just encourage everyone to go out, educate, and inform yourself, and then go out and pick the candidate you think's best. We got a number of races in addition to president. We've got a lot of down ticket races this year, both the House and Senate, and then also the Ohio House and Senate, and even here locally, a commissioner race. Actually, 2 commissioners are running, but only one is opposed. Right? Yeah. And so there's a lot at stake, not just nationally, but also in our own communities.
Yeah, we had Commissioner Levacy and Tammy Jabina, a challenger, on, and next week we'll have Tim Schaefer and Brad Nicodemus will be on with us, and we'll talk a little bit about some questions for them. On a lighter note, World Series, Cleveland, Chicago.
Come on, Cleveland. Come on. I'm not a huge sports guy. As you've noted, I have so much extra time on my hands. But I watch the OSU Buckeyes, football really, and that's it. But I was happy for the Cavaliers. I'd be happy for the Indians. I couldn't cheer for the Browns. It'd have to be the Bengals. But if the Indians could pull it out, that'd be very, very cool.
Cavaliers fan?
The only professional NBA game I've been to was I was in Atlanta at a conference. I went to a Hawks game accidentally.
Oh, yeah.
I kept hearing this
How
thunderous...
can you go to a game
Let me tell
accidentally?
you how. I kept hearing this thunderous noise outside my hotel room. I was like, what in the world is that? And I look across, and it's an arena. So I go over, and I was like, I wonder, the Hawks must be playing. And I don't even know if I knew it was the Hawks. I probably had to look it up and say, what NBA team plays in Atlanta? And so I figured it out, and then there was some guy, and he came up behind me. He was like, you need tickets? And I was like, dude, I only have a credit card. He was like, come with me. So I walked with him. Dude gave me a free ticket. And so I mean, it was legit and everything. I was skeptical, the whole time, but we got in. He took us in this private entrance. Now it was interesting because he went all the way down courtside. So I don't know who he was, but he was clear down the front. Now I was in the nosebleed, but it was very cool. So the Hawks won that night. It was very cool. But yeah, I cheered. I was happy for the Cavs, and if the Indians could pull one out, that'd be cool. I listened to the news anyway. So 1948. That's quite some time since they've won, so it'd be nice to have it back in Cleveland.
Well, David, we appreciate you coming on and talking with us, and all the neat stuff that's going on at DD. And one more time, website, phone numbers.
Sure. Yeah, if you're interested in Art and Clay Square 7, it's 150 West Main Street, all spelled out.com, FairfieldDD.com, and you can get a hold of me in the office at 740-652-7220.
Well, man, you need to go get some rest after your birthday celebration.
Yes.
That was it. 51? Is that what it was?
That's what it was.
That's
yeah.
what it was.
That's
Absolutely.
51. Feels
Oh,
like
man,
it.
thanks for being here. We appreciate it.
Always good to see you, brother.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Life's Perspective. I'm Mike Miller. And remember, until we meet again, let's make a difference.